I know this probably looks scary, but you know what? We're without power. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Town to town, 2 lane roads, family biz, 2 hunting bros, living the lie just to get by. As long as we're moving forward, there's nothing we can't do. Together we'll face the day. You and I won't run away when the demons come out to play. Together we'll face the day.
So we were just out in the kitchen, and Noel mentioned that there was somebody at the door. So I looked out there was some guy in a purple shirt. I look at his shirt, it says, I open the door and I look at his shirt and it says Salvation Army. Well, good thing I opened the door.
Yeah, good thing, because we weren't
really going to open the door because we weren't sure on what we were going to be getting, but French onion dip, cottage cheese, and then you put the sour cream in here somewhere.
It's right there.
Oh, it's right in there somewhere. I don't know where. I'm blind.
Fresh onion, sour cream.
But there was something else too. Cream cheese.
Yeah, it's in there.
But we know Jackson's gonna drink the 2% as he eats his fried potatoes. You like fried potatoes? Huh?
To the things we love to do. Find what you're looking for on the network with Discovery.
I know this probably looks scary, but you know what? We're without power. All we have is this little flashlight here, a lantern on the couch, which is propelled by itself. And then we have no fans. Jackson is asleep up in his room with a little lantern in his room because he hasn't slept in the dark yet. So, yeah, we were told it's supposed to be an hour of sweating our butt off, and she's freaking out. Oh, there's no water. Yeah, there's water, it's just not hot water. Which, we don't drink hot water, so, your point? So I went out, and center is the cutoff right now for electricity. A lot of people are coming out here and exploring. Looks like from center going towards Baytown. I'm gonna see how far that way has power, which means over in Bangor. They do have, some people over there have the city of Bay City, some people don't. We have the city of Bay City, and the reason why I'm out here is because if I sit down in a couch, I am literally going to fall asleep. So, now comes some fun. Now I'm going to go out by Kroger's and see if they have power. The house has power. What the fuck? Looks like Baytown's without power. And that's the main part that doesn't have power. This is messed up. It really is messed up. Because you can see all in there, it's all dark but of course it's dark in here too. But everybody over here on this other side here has electricity. It's just like this little block right here. I don't know how far it goes down towards the lake where it goes out, but I'm about to go down there and find out. Join me. So, looking out here, it looks like it goes to Madison. Actually, it doesn't go to Madison, it goes to Washington, which is the main street on where the city of Bay City is. And also is the spot where the post office is. The weird thing is there's certain spots in between the area that has lights that you wouldn't expect to have lights. The pattern is really fucked up. Because I'm just officially coming up to a light right now that's actually working. And all along Woodside there were no lights whatsoever, like traffic lights. So it didn't make any sense. And as you can see, there are lights behind me. And no, those aren't police. Those are red. That's a red flashing light. I can see out the back of my mirrors and everything. But it's a weird combination. Told you shouldn't have went and played in the rain.
I didn't. Are you recording us already?
Yeah.
I don't have the coronavirus or anything. For
She's
some
got,
reason, my
her allergies are acting up because they mowed the lawn on Wednesday.
Yep.
First we have no power, and now we have a big thunderstorm coming through. So now we're kind of still on edge from last night. Because we're afraid we're going to lose power again.
And hold on. And I just want to say to the people from Thanksgiving, from Rich's family, if you are watching, told you so. Because Andrea's pregnant. Congratulations. I hope it's a girl. I'm voting that it's a girl.
Speaking of that, let's get on the subject of Blue's Clues.
Oh, it's all the same.
No. It's the fact that blue... When you go to a gender reveal, what does blue represent?
A boy.
And what is the gender of blue?
Blue.
No. Blue, the dog, in Blue's Clues is a girl.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Magenta is purple, or like a pinkish purple color, and she is a girl too.
Yeah.
I can comprehend that, but blue being a girl?
No. I always thought it was a boy.
So did I. And believe it or not,
You're giving kids mixed signals.
yeah. So they're gonna go, hey mommy, I think you're gonna have a blue.
No.
So you think I'm gonna have a girl puppy?
No. Blue is for a boy.
But to sum it all up, guys, we still have power. We're just sitting here in the dark because we're trying to get used to it, just in case it does happen again. And we can't kill our phones very much
No.
now, so yeah, all we got is this little battery pack here that's...
Yeah, I gotta find the other one.
Oh, it's charged all the way.
I gotta find the other one. We have a purple one around here somewhere.
We have another one around here somewhere, but
It's
I don't know where.
blue or purple. It should have been with that one.
Well, guys, stay tuned. We'll see if this thunderstorm leads to anything. So I wake up to a boatload of screaming
And yelling.
and yelling. Come to find out, there's a protest down at the police station.
In Bay City.
Now, of all things, it's about the black man that died and begged for his life, which I feel bad for the family, but, and it's okay to do like a peace rally and stuff, like do a memorial for him or whatever, but going into the police station, somebody was literally arrested because they burnt down a city hall in Tennessee. Okay, folks, do you not comprehend that so say example, if somebody comes here and decides to do damage to the property, I could sue them. So if you do damage to Target or a police station or government property, you can get sued and locked up in jail. Doesn't matter the reason that you're doing it for.
Nope.
And the gentleman that died, his girlfriend said straight up, he wouldn't have wanted this to happen.
Well,
If I believe correctly, this all started in M State, and I'm not talking about Michigan. I can't remember if it was in Minnesota or Missouri. It was in one of those two states it started. And it was burning. So, there's a difference between a protest and a riot. If you're physically harming somebody's property or damaging somebody's property, that's not a protest.
nope.
That's a riot. Now tell me, when Martin Luther King did his protest, did he burn down anything?
Nope.
Did he steal anything?
Nope.
Did he bust windows open and steal a flat screen TV?
Nope.
Of course he didn't, because there weren't flat screen TVs back then. And one person couldn't have been able to carry those dang TVs out of there because they were like freaking 200 to 300 pounds.
Yeah, back then there was box TVs.
The box TVs were heavy as all get out and awkward to carry. But you get my point here, guys. These supposable protests are not protests. And the fact that they point out Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Black Lives Matter. So do white lives, Italian lives, Mexican lives, mixed race lives. All lives matter. Even clowns. Because I knew they were doing a thing about clowns' lives don't matter about 6 or 7 years ago.
I can't take it no more.
And being that it's just a block away from us, that makes the situation even more worse.
Yeah. That's scary. That's scary. It's just a block away from our house. It's like walking distance. And all these people who are taking their kids to these protests.
I don't even know if they're taking their kids to the protests.
At least
We
in
had
the
heard-
video I just watched, there was kids.
We heard that there was a kid that got sprayed with pepper spray. And we don't know if it's from somebody going in and looting the store and the cops spraying the kid by mistake, thinking it was somebody that was looting the store. But how do you... A kid looting a store? Really? Did the kid come out with anything in their hands that was not in a bag? Well, you gotta think about that too. You can hide things in a bag. But my point is, you should be questioning the people before they come out. If they're running out with objects, which, right now, if there's looting, firing, and possibly shootings,
Yeah, people are
gonna run.
Especially if they're inside somewhere shopping.
So you're not gonna be able. So you're not.
Fire.
So you're not gonna be able to pick out the people that are doing the looting.
And let me tell you, if you're stupid to have your kids if you do take them to a riot or to a standoff. Kids don't need to be there.
Especially if it's a standoff. Standoff. My definition of a standoff is two people standing there with guns and they're gonna do a shootout. That's a standoff. Don't believe me? Watch westerns.
I'm just saying, if you take your kids to a government building for a protest or whatever they're saying is a protest right now.
Riot.
It's a riot. If you take your kids to that shit, you might as well say you're unfit parents, you're not good parents, you're not putting your kids' interest to heart.
You're not putting their safety.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay to protest and say that cops need to do this and cops need to do that. But doing harm to a building or threatening people, in my opinion, is somewhat of a protest. But when you take the actions and actually start doing it, that's when it becomes a riot.
It's just sad that all these people are taking their kids. Your kids don't need to be there. You don't have no brains. Obviously. How stupid are you?
Even if the kids do support the situation,
You don't need to take them.
they can protest in their own way.
What if you're there and someone breaks something and you're just standing off to the side and your kids are screaming with you and cops show up? They don't know. So yeah, your kid could get shot, pepper
Kid could
sprayed,
get arrested.
I just don't get it. This is driving me crazy. I can't take these people that are taking their kids. I couldn't do that to my son.
Now, I think this all started with quarantine shit.
George Foreman.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. I'm sorry that you lost your life. And sometimes it happens because cops.
But
don't care.
I will admit, most of the stuff does happen to black people, but it does happen to white people occasionally. It does happen to Mexicans. Italians sometimes too, probably. But it doesn't matter the race. It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
But I've seen black cops do it to other different races too. So before you start saying Black Lives Matters, there are black cops out there too. And you're rioting and saying that all the cops need to die? Well, that Black Lives Matter and all cops need to die? There's black cops, there's Mexican cops. Actually, I should say Mexican American cops. Because they have a Mexican heritage, but they were born here in America. Or have their green card or are legal here in the country. But you all get my point. It's not just white cops. Cops ain't all white. I believe there was even some Oriental or Asian.
Let me ask you a question. Think on this for a minute. Let's say a local white guy died. Do you think everybody's gonna, all us white people are gonna go and say white lives matter?
No, we're all gonna we're gonna somewhat protest, but we're not gonna be going around yelling "White Lives Matter." Are people just doing this because a white guy killed a black guy? But what if the tides were turning and it was a black guy that killed a white guy? Or a black guy that killed a Mexican, or a white guy that killed a Mexican, or a Mexican that killed a black guy, or a white guy that killed a... You know what I mean.
Are you guys gonna do the same thing?
Isn't everybody going to do the same thing if it was a different race?
No.
No, because we comprehend death is something that happens. But cops, I understand. But my question is why did he take him down? Next, I can agree. If he's begging for his life, telling him to get off his head, the cop should have done that. If George was already in cuffs, you shouldn't. The cop. That's all the cop had to do is put him in cuffs, and let him get up. I can comprehend where people are coming from. But let's mention this other story we read. This black lady. I'm gonna use racist because this is something that happened against one of these people that hate cops supposedly. Black people hate cops supposedly. But this black lady went into a store and stole some food from a store. So the store called cops on her. Cop goes up to the lady and goes, and it was a white cop, and goes, "What's wrong? Why'd you steal from the store?" And the lady explained, "I was trying to feed my kids." The cop took her back into that store and bought her food. Now tell me, is that a bad cop?
No.
If you didn't know, there's a thing, I know it's down in Flint, but I don't know if it's anyplace else here in Michigan, but it's called Shop with a Cop. And what they do is they pick one kid. Each cop picks one kid, and they do a shopping spree with the kid at a store. Now tell me, does that sound like a bad thing?
No.
My brother was in it. Way back in the day. Because we knew a cop. But the point that I'm putting out here is, all cops aren't bad. I will admit, cops make good decisions and some cops make bad decisions. But that doesn't mean you have to hate all cops. That would be like somebody
Think
saying...
about this. If all white people were racist...
Supposedly we are. Supposedly black people aren't racist. Because I've been hearing that certain races aren't racist. No, everybody's racist. If you're specifically saying that your race means more than somebody else's race, that is considering racism. All races matter.
That's not what I was going to say, but okay. I was going to say, if you think white people are racist against the blacks, that's not true.
No.
We have mixed children.
There are black and white that are mixed.
Because women want to date a black man.
Or vice versa.
Or a black man
Wants to date a white chick.
or wants to date a white chick. Or our GTBQ community.
LGBTQ.
Community want to sleep with men and women.
They're not. Doesn't mean they're gonna sleep with the same race.
Yeah.
There may be a white guy out there that wants black guy because they like the size. They might want to sleep with a Mexican because they like the size.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. Really don't. We're not racist. Or we wouldn't sleep with the black people.
It's all about peace and love, guys. Peace and love. Yeah, guys, I'm bringing the vest back. I haven't worn a vest since high school. High school's the last time I wore a vest like this. It's a nice vest. It's got it from Hot Topic back in the day. Hot Topic still does sell them, but I don't have the money to buy anymore. Because they're like $50 a pop. I had 3 of these one year when my mom got tax money. She went out and says, "Well, we need to get you clothes," so I bought 3 of these. I brought a red and black one, which my brother has last time I knew. I brought a blackish gray one, which I don't know what happened to. I know it's somewhere in the house. And then I got my blue jean one, which to me is best for every day. But I also have a leather vest that I bought because I couldn't find a normal vest to do when I was at Crossroads. So the vest thing has been with me for quite a while. I'm going to try to start wearing it more often. But as for the hat, I've worn hats my whole life, so recently I haven't been wearing them as much, but you know, stuff happens. So stay tuned, guys. The last little video clip, we weren't trying to be racist. We're just trying to say that every life matters out there. I mean, everybody likes a stereotype. We weren't stereotyping anybody. We were just saying that we're getting tired of hearing people being a stereotype. Just thinking that a black person has certain priorities and a white person has certain priorities. It's like, a white man can do almost anything a black man can. A black man can do almost everything a white man can. But that's my point. We're all human. We all do the same things. We can do anything that we put our mind to. White people can play basketball. Black people can play basketball. Colombian people can play basketball. That's what I don't like about sports sometimes, is sometimes sports can be racist. Sometimes for hockey, they only have Canadian hockey players. There's white people too that are in white Americans that are in there. There's African Americans that are in there. Everybody can play whatever sport they want or do whatever they want. But this protesting stuff kind of going a little far though. So guys, stay tuned and we'll see what's next.
And wasn't the pig up there?
No, you had me put money on it. But to make things weirder, we're in a blackout again. And we've had some weird stuff happen. And this was even before we lit the candles. Even before we got home. We were sitting in the car because the car thought we were stealing it again. Yay! But the car, we had it in opposition, but not in the gear or anything. It felt like something kept on rocking the car back and forth. DJ came out, it stopped. So we were down at their house. So
just for a little while.
So when we went to come down here, la di da di di da. Well, all that stuff happened with the car rocking back and forth. Then we get home, and Noel, she rolls cigarettes.
It's cheaper.
And smokes. But my point is that I'm putting out here, and just for you guys to know, she does not smoke in the house.
Nope.
She smokes outside. That's the only place she smokes is outside. Now, her cigarette case was sitting here in the house.
On my kitchen table, and I went up to
on the kitchen table. We both went upstairs. We had all the doors locked. And the car was locked. I don't know if the car was locked or not, but I'll get to that later. But my point is, it wasn't here. When she came down here, she started rolling her cigarettes, and we were talking, and all of a sudden I noticed the lights on in the car. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I went out there and went to go lock the car, and the light wouldn't turn off. So I opened all the doors, reshut all the doors, everything, and then it didn't go out, because normally after about a couple minutes it'll go out or fade out. It never did. So I'm like, I did all the doors again, then I hit the lock button twice. The lights went out. I don't know if it's convenience or what it is, but it's kind of weird. Then we come inside, and she gets closer to getting her cigarettes done, because she needs to know how many she has to roll. So she has to have her blue case. Well, she says, "Where's my blue case?" I says, "I don't know." She says, "I had it right here on the table when I went up to the bathroom." Which
I did,
already
with my
told
phone.
you. And what made it even more weird is I went out to the car because I thought, hey, maybe there's salt in the car. It was sitting on the dash. She doesn't put her cigarette case on the dash. We have a little pouch in the front of the car that she puts them in. And mind you, the dash is up higher than that little pocket.
And all I asked is one question: is it the end of the world? And Rich says, if it's the end of the world, move something.
And apparently her cigarette case got moved.
Out to the fucking car. Get that shit. I'm like, what just happened? I'm conboozled.
Holy fuck.
What?
I need to go back and look at that. Did you guys see that? If you guys didn't notice, I didn't change the look. I went from here to here, and there was something over this way, and I panned back this way. It looked like there was something standing there. I don't know if you guys saw it, or if it was just something I saw and thought it was there. What, I don't know. A lot of people are lighting candles, and I know candles can be a very sketchy thing sometimes around spirits. So we're not doing anything with these candles.
No,
Believe me
we're
on
not.
that.
We're just
We're
trying to
not
light
that
our
stupid.
house.
We're just here to make it so we have light.
In our house, that is it.
We're doing Amish here. So I'm gonna have her look at the footage and see if she saw anything. Okay, so we had a car behind us, and it sounded like a motorcycle, and it stalled right behind us. It was weird. A lot of weird shit's going on tonight. And there was a member of DJ's family that passed away a couple days ago. So, yeah. He's looking over at the, over there. So guys, it's another hot day. We haven't had the power problems all day, thank God. But there will probably be more in the next video because this video is getting very long. So this is where we got to say goodbye. So,
bye guys. Peace out.
and we'll be seeing ya.